Okay, we're recording now. Several things I want to talk to you two about tonight, and I invited a couple others to listen in, so I'm glad Farmer John was able to make it, and might be a few more joining us when they realize what time it is. But I don't know. I think I emphasized it, but I'm not 100% sure, so I want to make sure I really emphasize it. It's super important that you guys get onto besetfreelife.com and register to become a member on Herb and Patty Cepeda's site. Have you guys done that yet?
Yes.
Okay. So have you sent a text message to them to get the text notifications of their calls and all that stuff?
I get the 7 o'clock in the morning calls.
I don't.
Okay. Was there other calls that I'm supposed to be getting?
Yeah, there's more than just that. There's a couple of calls during the week, and then when he does special presentations and those text blasts is just a way he really communicates. It should be on the besetfreelife.com site. It should have a spot on it that says send a.
Just pay attention.
It's like Herb C. You send it to a certain number, and then Patty C to a certain number, and I think it's the same notification.
Right, I did that, but I don't. The only thing I get from them is this 957. It's the morning. Every morning I get one from them.
Okay, that's the main one, but there should be another one that I think it's like Sunday night. There's a special call, and then like once a week.
That comes on that same number, though.
Yeah, I would think it did.
Oh yeah, here it is at 9 o'clock on Sunday.
All right, cool. You're getting that. So just have Lisa send a text to that same code number and just put in the word Herb C for the first letter of the name Cepeda, Herb C, or Patty C. Either one will work. But that'll get you the email notification, the text notifications. And it's really important that you get all your team on that because that's really the secret sauce that makes this so different. Herb and Patty Cepeda for 9 years have done a daily call in the morning. And it really takes a lot of the training that we have to do away. Monday's all about recognition. Tuesday's all about the product. Today they had a guy on there who was teaching on the, what was it, Farmer John, the fruits and vegetables?
The greens and the fruits, he developed both of those. And then he developed them and then brought them to John Anderson.
So think about that, guys. The person who developed these products and brought them to Isagenix, John Anderson, he was on the call today. He did an hour long. He gave his personal phone number to his office. He gave his email. And he was just like, any way I can help you guys, call me. It's like unbelievable. If you got issues and stuff, I mean, it's just amazing. Born again believer, just an hour long of just unbelievable knowledge. So you guys were impressed with Dr. Paul and his stuff. This guy was even better. Just amazing the resources we have. Herb and Patty Cepeda this week are celebrating their anniversary, their wedding anniversary. So they're gone like all week, just enjoying each other and celebrating their success. But they lined up like guest speakers every day. So Monday's recognition, Tuesday's product, Wednesday is how to contact and invite people. Thursday is a spiritual devotional. And then Friday is all about the compensation plan. And every week they go through those same topics and they open up for questions. It's just, it's something we need to plug our whole team into and just always constantly encouraging our team to get on those calls because they will create the mindset and the knowledge to where people can succeed. So that's topic number one. Any questions about that?
No, that's good. We're using that sheet.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah.
So, but really be encouraging your team to get on there, and then if at all possible, get on there. I know we already had our schedules and everything we already do. So if you're working out, maybe if you can listen in, I just encourage you to plug in as best possible. If you miss a call, and it's hard to do, but go back to besetfreelife.com. If you're a member, log in as a member, and then there'll be a video archive where you can actually see the recorded calls and, catch up on ones like today. I highly recommend you catch up on today's call, May 2nd. It was just off the chart.
Yeah, we will. That'll be good. That's Dr. Tony's, you mean?
Dr. Tony, yep.
I see it here now.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Next topic is a big event that's coming up in November. It's the Express University. It was my first exposure to a big event at Isagenix. It's not a corporate event. There's a Cepeda team event. But personally, I prefer it over the big corporate events. Not that I've ever been to a corporate event, but I just it was just when you catch the spirit in which this organization's been built. We've just found a home, guys. Farmer John, you were there. It's just amazing the belief
together.
Yeah, it's just amazing. So I want to encourage you guys to go again to bcepfreelife.com, look at the tickets for that, and just start planning to go. Start planning the event. I know it's November and it seems like ages away, but you guys know how that works. Just budget a little money each week and start making some money where you can afford to go there and pay for that special event. And that goes for everybody listening to this recording. I'm just trying to encourage you, make plans to go. If they got a group of tickets you can buy and get a discount, buy the group of tickets and, redistribute them to your team.
Let me introduce you to a couple people, Mike.
Oh, yeah, please do.
We have Dee. She is on her iPad. She's new with us in Isagenix, but she's been a leader with us in 2 other projects. Then we have, I think it's on the iPhone, I think we have Mike and Vanessa. That's not them on the iPhone? Not on yet, okay. We also have a friend of mine, Mike Schaaf, is listening in on his phone. He's one of our leaders. You'll see him in our downline. So I just wanted to make sure that I called out to all them as they're listening tonight.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate you doing that. And, Dee and Mike, welcome. It's nice to meet you. I look forward to meeting you in person sometime soon. And I don't have to tell you how much we think of Stan and Lisa. I know our company, Jim and Kathy Cooper, the 2 founders, and John Anderson, the other founder, they probably don't know Stan and Lisa yet, but when they do, they're going to be doing backflips to have such an incredible couple on the team now.
Oh, geez. Now I'm blushing. Now, look at how red my face has gotten.
Well, I'm serious, too. I know Diane and I have been thanking God ever since you guys joined the team. I know Michael's excited. Herb and Patty Cepeda are excited. So it's just amazing how many people are going to be able to help with this opportunity. So those are a couple of housekeeping things I want to get out of the way. Number 1 is that bcepfreelife.com. Get everybody on that. Get them plugged in. There's so much there. It's so rich. And then just start planning now for the November event. You'll see Express University November event on bcepfreelife.com. That's a don't miss, can't miss type of event. It's life-changing. I mean, you go and you catch the vision. You catch the vision of Herb and Patty Cepeda, and it's amazing.
Where is that event?
It's in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte, okay.
Charlotte, North Carolina. Next thing I want to talk to you about is contacting and inviting. And Stan, you're really the one that helped me change how I viewed this. I was typically looking for people like me that needed to drop, 15, 20, 25 pounds. And so it was just a little awkward approaching people like myself and saying, hey, I used to look like you and you can look like me now. It was awkward. But what I found is, when you got excited about this and you did your homework and you did the research on Dr. Paul, and I realized that, hey, bodybuilders and people that are already into fitness, they're going to get this faster than the average Joe. And so I personally, now listen carefully, pre-enrolled 11 strangers on Sunday or Saturday of this past week in the UK. I was at a mall, and I was meeting complete strangers in a mall and getting their contact information and pre-enrolling them to be a customer. So the significance of that is I've been in this industry 20 plus years. I've never done anything like that in my life. And Stan, I did a lot of it by approaching people that looked like bodybuilders and people that looked like they were into fitness and just basically striking up a conversation and complimenting them on their physique and tell them they look like they potentially work out a little bit. And they were always proud to tell me they did. And I told them about a company we were bringing to the UK to help people have a better health. And they were very, very excited about it. And struck up some great conversations. I got a couple of guys in particular. One I copied you in the email. They own a gym, and they train some of the top fighters, boxers in the UK. And they're very, very interested. Like you, they're doing their homework. But I just want to bring that up to you guys because I think it's a great way to approach people. Also, we were in I was with some other people, and so we went on teams of 2, and we played a game. We said, like, okay, you go contact that sharp person. And so it was my job to go find a way to strike up a conversation and start up a conversation. I did the same to them. All right, look, that person over there looks sharp. Go start a conversation with them. And we literally, I person rolled 11 people, and you saw a bunch of them fall in your downline. Really cool. So I'm encouraging you, we could do that sometime. If you want to go to a mall or just somewhere where there's people, and it's easy. You just strike up a conversation, you compliment them on something, tell them why you're there, and it's pretty easy. So anyway, I made a comment in the invitation to this training tonight, fat people versus bodybuilders, and I already got some bad feedback that I shouldn't say fat people, but I was just trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be insulting. I was putting myself in that category, so I kind of fit. So anyway, I'm not anymore. This next one really is what changed everything for me when I was in the UK. And I wanted to kind of teach you some of the lessons I learned in the UK over the last couple of weeks. But the guy that I'm working with over there, his name's Eric Pendergrass. I just call him Eric because I had trouble with his last name. But Eric is experienced in this industry. He's experienced in business. And when I went over there, he kind of wanted to tell me what his system was that he was going to use. And when he told me his system, I'm like, have you been watching Herb and Patty Cepeda's training? Because that's their system. And he's like, no, this is what I have done before and had very great success with, and it's just what I plan on doing. And I'm like, well, I'm telling you, it is Herb and Patty's system. But the way Eric described it, it was like this light bulb went off for me because it was easy for me to understand. And it was easy for me to explain. And Stan, before we started this call today, I was showing you my notebook, and every page was what I'm about to show you drawn out. And basically what it is how to develop an unstoppable income. Terms people can understand. When you use residual income or something like that, it sounds a little MLM-y. And Eric's a little negative on MLM, to be quite frank with you. And so everything he does is based on the premise that he don't like MLM and he don't think other people like MLM. So he created this whole system for people that don't like MLM. And I'm like, okay, I've often wanted to quit MLM myself, so I understand where you're coming from. So I listened intently and I learned. So number one is the question. And I've already put this on some emails and stuff, so you might have seen this already, but the question is simple. And I'll just ask Lisa. Lisa, do you prefer better health or an unstoppable income? Which do you prefer if you had to choose one?
Better health.
Better health. And that's the answer I get most often. Stan, I'll ask you the same question. Better health or an unstoppable income?
Both.
All right, both is the best answer, but I didn't give you that option. But when somebody says that, it's like, okay, light bulb goes off for me. The person's already thinking like I'm thinking. So whatever one of the 3 answers you get, guess what? They're all 3 positive answers. If they say better health, great, potential customer. If they say unstoppable income, great, potential associate. They're going to be a customer anyway. They got to be a product of the product to be successful. And number 3, if they say both, hey, fantastic, that's where I was going to direct you anyway. There's no negative answer. And so when we asked that question, we got phenomenal response. It was amazing. So
that's good.
What we do is once they say any of the 3, it doesn't matter. The presentation was the same. The first thing we did is we took them to this page right here, and you can get this in your tools in your back office, but it's just the presentation. And I've shown you guys this.
Yeah, we have a few left.
Good. Well, order a pad of them because you want to be supplying your people till they get them themselves. But this is powerful. So you just walk them through step by step, and you actually use this to show the presentation because what happens is the other person watches you kind of walk through it and just read to them what's on there, and it's so duplicatable. You're not talking about all these great facts and figures and espousing all your knowledge about health and nutrition. You're just walking them through a simple presentation. That's exactly what we're doing in the UK. Once you finish this, If all they said was they're interested in health, we still showed them the unstoppable income, but we stopped halfway through. So I'm going to use this whiteboard for the first time, so please be patient. It might take me a little while to figure this out, but my first circle, nope, that's my eraser. I told you.
That's all right. Don't tell all my secrets.
I'm not.
Nope, that's a line. I don't want to do lines.
You want the little thing that looks like a pencil.
Maybe you should took some brain boost before you started this.
Hey, I've definitely got jet lag going on, so give me a break.
He's low on carbs.
I got back from England, and just being in trains and airplanes and stuff, I'm like, Diane, I'm going to do a detox today. About 90% of the way through the detox, I'm like, Diane, jet lag and detox might not be the best thing to do on the same day. Oh, so let's see if I can figure out how to draw a line again. I had it earlier. Okay, draw. That'll work. Thanks, Chuck. All right, let's see if this will work. All right, now that's a line. Okay, I think I got it now, though. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so that's you. Stan, that's you in that line, okay?
Call me Slan.
Now, when I'm drawing, it's a little neater, right? Just a little neater, but
It's okay.
first time. All right, so now, if you're a customer and you told me, like Lisa said, she's just interested in the better health, and that's, given the two choices, that is the best answer, of course. So no matter what they say, I start with the presentation here, and then I go to this, which is called the unstoppable income. But I'm not calling it necessarily an unstoppable income. If they only talk to me about the health, I'm going to talk to them about a way to get their products for free.
Right.
And so I'm going to say, okay, this is you in this circle. Your role is to introduce me to 10 people. See if I can do this. Hey, it's working better. 10 people. And I'm not looking for people that are interested in the unstoppable health. I'm looking for 10 people that say yes to that same question I asked you. Would you prefer better health or an unstoppable income? Just 10 people say yes to that, either one. And so those 10 people, all I want you to do is introduce me to them. I'm not asking you to do a presentation for them. Obviously, if you're willing to invite them over to your home or office or a coffee shop and we can meet a bunch of people at a time, I can help you get free products quicker, sooner than later. But my goal here is to help you get free products. You guys with me?
Yes, that's good.
And so it really takes all the MLM out of this, and it's just getting customers. It's gathering customers. And I had to retrain myself. It took 2 weeks of getting exposed to this concept to really get it in my thick skull. I'm not looking for the MLM person. I'm not looking for the guy who's a networker. I'm looking for regular people that want better health and an unstoppable income. And so of these 10, not you, Stan, I am looking for the one that steps up, raises their hand, jumps up and down, and says, hey, I want the unstoppable income too. So we're pretty much just focused on health and unstoppable income, just showing them both, but mostly geared to them getting free product. And then I'm looking for the one in the group, this one down here, that says, hey, what about me? I want to make money. I want the unstoppable income. Then not you, Stan, I am going to introduce myself to that person and say, look, I'm training Stan and Lisa. They're awesome. I love them. But do you mind if I help you? And literally, I'm going to come down here and help this person. And what I'm going to help them do is introduce me to 10 people. Now, the other 9, I'm going to encourage you and Lisa to stay in touch with them and help them place their order, make sure they have a good experience. The basics as far as using the products, plug them into the right blogs, the right Facebook groups where they get all their questions answered, isagenixhealth.net, so they can learn all about the products. And if they're analytical like you were, they can read the scientific research and all that stuff. You're going to be still helping your customers because in order for you to get free product, you got to have some people using it. So that's it. Now, here's where it comes in. Again, not the person that's shown interest in the unstoppable income, not you, but me. I'm going to find the 1 in the 10 in this group that wants to do the same thing. I'm going to come down here and do it again. Now, the guy doesn't like MLM. What is MLM? MLM is you enroll a few people and you hope they make you rich.
Right.
Well, we all know that doesn't work, and so why act like it does? We just take control of our own business. We put a batch of 10 in, and we put them in what's called a power line. We just drive them all straight down one line, This is the power line over here. And so we're just putting all these groups of 10 here, and we're the ones driving it. We're the ones making the effort. So each of these represent a group of 10, each of us led by one person in the group before. Now, if one big group of 10 has nobody, guess what? We just have to introduce that person a couple more, or somehow you keep driving this power line. And if I was writing, I would write power line next to that line going down. That's a power line, and it's unstoppable once you get it going. You've experienced it. I've experienced it. Anybody who's built a huge organization has experienced it. A lot of people have experienced a power line, but they've never benefited from it. And so this is how you create an unstoppable income. Now, this will help you get free product because you introduce 10 people to become customers. You're going to get what's called a product introduction bonus, and that's going to help you whether you're a preferred customer or an associate. That's going to help you either get vouchers or real commission that you can use for product or whatever you want. Any questions about this part of the presentation?
No, that's powerful.
No, that's good.
It is powerful, and it's so easy to explain this way. And this is exactly what Herb taught. You now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 circles of 10 customers. Every customer, on average, does about 100 BD. And so right there, you got about 7,000 BD on that power line, and it's just getting started.
Yeah.
Now, if you want an unstoppable income, this is where you have to work. And people realize that they got to work if they want to have an unstoppable income. So they're just, frankly, they're going to have to work. And so this is you here. Your work is introducing this to 10 more people.
Right.
Again, you're not looking for business builders. You're looking for 10 ordinary people like us that want a better life. They want better health. They want unstoppable income, either or both. Of these 10 people, you're looking for the one that raises their hand, jumps up and down, says, hey, help me. I want an unstoppable income. You and Lisa then are taking this one, and now you are helping them introduce this to 10 because I've done it for you. You've seen it done. You've watched it be accomplished. It's not theory anymore. You've experienced it. Now you're doing for others what I've done for you. And so out of this group, you're doing another batch. This group, you're doing another one, another one, another one. And you are driving this power line. This is your second power line, and you're the one driving this one. I'm going to drive this one for you. I'm your enroller. I'm doing it. Whether you do anything or not, Stan and Lisa, you're going to have thousands, tens of thousands of people in that power line. I'm building that thing. If you want to make a fortune, you've got to do the same thing for your people on that top power line. Now, you notice I don't do this in 2 teams like the old triangle. Everything I've done here, Eric has strategically done it in a way that it doesn't represent your typical MLM.
Right.
And people just resonate. They get it. They understand it right away. So are you with me so far?
Totally.
Yep.
Okay, so here's what we taught at this point. Is there a way to text? And yeah, here's text. Let's see if they got numbers. Sorry as I learn with you guys in this whiteboard. Nah, I better stick with drawing. All right, so down here, I want to show you that 300 BB, and over here in your power line, 600 BV. Knock it off. It's the best thing to do. I'm tired. Or it could be the other way around, and it typically will be. Typically, the power line I'm driving for somebody is going to be bigger than theirs, but it doesn't matter which side has 600, which side has 300. Every time that happens, you earn 44 pounds or $54. Why'd I quit writing? Okay, there we go. $54 every time you hit a combination of 300 and 600. Now, I didn't travel all the way to UK to make $54 or 44 pounds, but that's the start as these 2 teams start. Every time you hit that 600, 300, it's $54. That's called a cycle. You guys still with me?
Yep.
You might want to mute some of those.
All right, I will. Thanks.
Get a little feedback.
Yeah, feedback.
Who's was empty.
That was D.
Are you laughing at my right or what?
No,
Echoing.
Okay.
Why is it echoing all of a sudden?
no. It shouldn't echo now.
It's what?
It was echoing for a second, but it's not now.
All right. So here is the core foundation of the unstoppable income. And it's so simple. You've got to keep it this simple. Do you see that by having hundreds of people on each of these two power lines, creating 300 and 600 BD is going to be very easy because the average customer does 100 BD. I'll tell you how you figure that out. The company last year did just under $1 billion. They have what is it saying? Please move. You logged in another device. Message is now inactive. Diane, I think. No big deal. All right. Can you guys still see the whiteboard?
Yes.
Okay. You can see that by building these two power lines, it becomes huge. And do the math. The company did $925 million last year. Just round it to $1 billion because that's what they're going to do this year. Plus, they got 500,000 active customers. So you take $1 billion in sales, divided by 500,000 active customers, divided by the number of months in a year, you can see that the average customer is doing over 100 BD a month if we did our math right when we did this in the UK. So if you got hundreds of customers on one power line and hundreds of customers on the other power line, and they're averaging 100 BD each, you can see it's pretty easy to hit 300 and 600 combination. Would you agree?
Yes.
So this $54 cycle, you can earn up to 250 of those per week.
Right.
It's a little easier to draw on a notepad, but you guys get the idea. In the UK, at 44 pounds, that's 11,000 plus pounds. Here in the United States, it's $13,500 per week. Now, is that going to happen overnight? Absolutely not. Might take 2 to 5 years. I don't know. But there's a lot of people earning serious money. There's 452 people last year earned between 100,000 and $1 million with Isagenix. 452 people earned between 100,000 and $1 million last year with Isagenix. 219 people have earned over $1 million with Isagenix. And 26 people earn over $1 million a year. 4 people earn over $2 million a year. So this is not just pie in the sky, might happen someday for somebody. This is happening for some people. You guys with me?
Yes.
All right, now what's really cool about this is you can earn all this money here simply by having one of your personally here and one of your personally here, and you, the 3 of you doing 100 BD a month qualifies you to earn all this money.
Exactly.
Wow.
You don't have to be a super duper high top ranked person to earn 13,500 a week. You just have to have 2 unstoppable power lines.
That's right.
That's powerful.
It's super powerful. Now, if you do want to go rank advancement and go up through the ranks, which I know you do, I know I did, the first level is a consultant. That's when you get one on your right, one on your left. That's doing 100 BD. And that's what this shows. And as a consultant, you can earn up to 13,500 a week. The next level is manager. That's just simply the philosophy of get to the get to. The 2 consultants you personally can be on the right or left. Once you're a consultant and you're qualified as a consultant, you can have both of your personal consultants on right or left or one on each. Doesn't matter. You're then a manager. Next is director. Director just simply means you have 6 person-enrolled consultants. They can all 6 be on the right team, all 6 on the left, 3 and 3. Doesn't matter what combination. And then the one we're all striving for is executive. That's 5 on the right, 5 on the left. That are consultants, you person enrolled. I've never seen a top of the pay plan in all my career that's that easy to achieve. 5 consultants on the right, 5 consultants on the left, and you are the top of the pay plan executive.
Wow.
At executive, you start to earn a 10% matching bonus on the cycle bonuses of all the people you personally enrolled, up to another $13,500 a week. Hopefully you guys can say cha-ching. All right, last thing I want to show you as far as this goes is I like to draw this. Once you start to cap out at the 250 a week, once you do that 3 weeks, the company says, hey, that business center is capped out. You have the ability now to come in and put yourself in another one right here. It's called your second business center. And this is where it gets ridiculous. It's so cool. You only have to build another power line here. All this volume that you've created here counts for that team. And so now all you have to do to qualify for stuff and everything is build that top position one team.
Same storyline that you did before.
Yeah. But here's the deal. When you're building this next team, it's a new group of people, but every time you hit 300 BD, it's a cycle bonus.
Oh.
And when you get to 75,000 BD a month, you're capping that business center out at 13,500 a week. And then you get a third business center. And our mentor, Herb Cepeda, him and Patty, they're working on their fourth business center now. That's how they earn over $3 million a year.
Wow.
So anyway, that's called the unstoppable income. And I went a little more in detail than I do normally by explaining the matching bonus and by explaining the second position. But everything else I explain to a brand new person because they get the 2 power lines and they get the $54 for one cycle up to $250 a week. They get all that. So that I explain to a brand new person and they get it. And then basically at this point, you just ask them, are you ready to set up your account? They say yes. And you set up their account, you place an order, you tell them, try this for 30 days. The company's not ashamed of their guarantee. We don't hide it. It's a 100% money back guarantee for 30 days. So use it, sell it. And so at that point, you're literally setting the person up their account. You are the one actually taking their information, setting their account up for them. And Joseph Font over there, another Brit, he really helped me understand this. He's like, everybody understands Amazon. Everybody understands Amazon. So you just compare it to Amazon. If you're going to order someone on Amazon, you set up an account, right? Right? Okay. Well, if you're going to order someone on Isagenix, you just set up an account. Let's set up an account. We've got all kinds of different products and packages. I'll help you figure out which one's going to be best to meet your needs. And then you just show them the different packs and you help them identify what's best for them. Don't think about recruiting somebody. Think about helping somebody set up an account. Even use that terminology.
Yep.
All right, that's enough for tonight. You guys with me? This is what I want to sit down and share with you tonight.
No, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's
Powerful,
awesome.
isn't it?
Very powerful.
Up until the last presentation, not a single person said no. And in the last presentation, I got a lady who was just trying to recruit everybody into her own business, and
Oh, yeah.
she still will get in. I know she will, but she has not pre-enrolled or enrolled yet, so I can't say the 100% anymore, but it's like 99%. And so now it's just a matter of exposure. It's just asking people, flat out, you interested in better health or an unstoppable income? And then you listen for which one of 3 answers they give you. Whatever it is, you go through those 2 steps. At the end, you just basically say, are you ready to get your account set up? I'm here to help you.
That's nice. Yeah, good.
All right. Let me stop the recording. Hey, Stan, before we close out, you were sharing me earlier your product story that you've already started to develop. Could you share that with everybody so we can have it on the recording?
Yeah, sure can. I've been on the program now just going on 3 weeks. I've already lost 5% body fat. And I went from initially 265 pounds down to 249. And now my body is starting to flop over. And what I mean by that is I'm actually starting to feel my muscles get tighter, and I'm up to 252 as of today. And we haven't changed anything. So I actually feel the muscle actually starting to respond to the undenatured protein. I can feel the minerals and the pills actually starting to work. I have my buddy Mike on here today, and he's been using the product also for right at a week now. And he hasn't had a chance to do the shakes. Now, it's kind of interesting because he's already fit, stays in shape, and he drinks a lot of good stuff and takes a lot of good supplements. But he started taking the Activator and the Isagenix Supreme. And he was having challenges at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock, mid-afternoon, where he gets sleepy. And all of a sudden now he told me tonight that he recognizes with the product that he is no longer feeling that sleepiness. Is that right, Mike?
Absolutely.
So,
Hey.
say that again?
I said, absolutely. A big difference in my day in a short period of time.
And Mike takes care of himself like I do. So it's, we're used to, our bodies are used to supplements, and it's really nice to see it working and be able to feel the difference.
Awesome. Mike and Dee, I want to introduce you to Farmer John. Farmer John is a good friend of mine, has been for over a decade now. We've done quite a few businesses together, and he's really found his home with Isagenix. Farmer John, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody and just share your story real quick. It's a very interesting perspective you bring.
You got to unmute him, Mike. Chuck.
He's unmuted. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I actually did infomercials back well before I met Chuck. So this whole concept of bringing formulations to the people is nothing new to me either. But to go back on Chuck's story, I've been in farming for 50 plus years. I understand that we don't go out and really produce a product that has a lot of nutrients in it, because the corn, soybeans, and things that we raise, we only deal with 3 main ingredients and a few micro ingredients. We're actually trying something new this year. We're actually putting some biological bugs in with the seed in the trench, and going to try and see if we can up the nutritional value, or I should say the intake into the plants this year. So we are always trying to get more return on our investment. But the whole thing is the minerals aren't in the soil anymore. Number 2, the plants can't absorb essential nutrients that our bodies need. We have to get them from some other source. And, all this organic is going on. That's fine. All they're really doing is having less herbicides and stuff on it, but no one knows what the nutritional value is of this stuff that we pick off the shelf. And the thing that I saw in reading with the John Anderson story is he developed the cleanse product out of a need to get the toxins out of his body after a spider bite. They wanted to amputate his foot. He says, no, I'll get the toxins out of my body, which he did. That's how he did that, or how that product became. But we all know that we have to continually put essential nutrients in our bodies to fuel them. And when I started researching about the whey product, which I really wasn't that familiar with because I'm not a bodybuilder, but yet I'm in my 60s and my muscle tone and everything was going to pieces. And my shoulder muscles were getting really weak, and I pulled some muscles in my shoulder late last fall. And so I basically was going to feel I have to retire from farming. Well, I got on the program. The first 2 days I took the cleanse, the shakes felt pretty good. And the thing is, on the second day of my cleanse, my shoulder, which I couldn't even hardly use it to push myself out of bed or push myself off the ground, about 80% of that stiffness was gone after the second cleanse day. It was just like a miracle. And I said, oh my God, this thing really does work. And so I didn't have a range of motion for a while until I now started on some of the Knox product and the Power product. So I'm kind of wanting to hear some of Stan's results and his insight on that, because that's the area that I'm focusing on now to get my range of motion back and get some muscle tone, which it's common. There's no question about it. But this stuff really works. There's just no question about it. And you really need to hear that that presentation that was on this morning on May the 2nd with the guy that designed the greens and the fruits, because the level that he brings to this whole program is just outstanding. I mean, he went to the Huns in research on the Hunzas and some of the people that live to be 100 years old. What do they eat? What is it that people need to fuel their bodies and keep them healthy. And that's what's in these products. And they go out of their way on that call to talk about where this stuff is sourced from. That's the biggest part of this. People don't have to think about what they're sourcing to put in their body because it's already taken care of for them. It's kind of like I'm thinking about it today. Would you rather buy a car with a stick shift or one with an automatic? You just jump in the car, you throw it and drive, and away you go. It's the same way with this program. You say, okay, I want to build up my body with some performance products. You pick out the things you need. You get on that program, you drop it and drive, put it in your body, and away you go. You don't have to go run around putting a whole bunch of things together and getting into the right amounts of the right things and all that. It's all done for us. We've got a whole team of scientists, some of the best in the world, putting this all together for us. All we have to do is bring the people to these presentations, and the marketing on this stuff is just amazing. There's so much stuff back here. This is the easiest thing I've ever seen and the most rewarding thing I've ever seen.